Hello, what's going on? Awesome course architects and party peeps. I got my mini mic back today. It's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. If you don't know what we do, we talk all things premium courses, whether they be online or face to face, how to take your knowledge, wisdom, life experiences, and turn them into the format of courses, luxury coaching, mentorship, brands, programs, so that you can get your message out to the world because you're not supposed to stay what? You are not supposed to stay local. You're supposed to be global. Okay, now let's get into it today. Today's topic is forced teaching. And lots of examples on today. I don't know what just happened to the lights, but whoa. Okay, let's okay, there we go. We're gonna keep doing it. I don't know what's going on, y'all. But let's get into it today. We're going to continue. This is probably going to be super distracting for me if this keeps going. But let's talk about it because I'm gonna get this message out today. All right. So lots of examples. As I was hopping on and I was thinking about like forced teaching and setting up this microphone, I remember somebody commented one day. I was holding this mic on a live and somebody said, and shout out to you, I appreciate you. But he was like, yeah, you don't have to hold the mic. And I'm like, but I like holding the mic. Okay. This is fun for me. It's cutesy and I like it. And so that's an example as we head into today's topic of forced teaching. We are not going to be forced teaching in 2026. Like, please, let's leave it in 2025. What I mean by that, I think you already know, giving people advice, telling people what they should do, telling people what you've been doing and what works for you when they did not ask you that. They did not ask for your advice, your opinion. They didn't ask you how to do something. Stop forced teaching. Stop trying to teach people who do not want to learn from you. Okay. Here's how I'm going to give you some examples of how to find people, especially online, or attract people, because I don't chase customers around. I don't chase people around the internet. I don't chase people around in real life. I'm not interested in it. And so I'll give you some real life examples of how you can start to attract the right audience to you. But you got to read the room, okay? As they say, observe the room. I remember even in corporate, it used to bug me so bad when there used to be new managers or new leaders, right, who would come in and immediately start changing things around, new policies and new ways of doing things. And it's like, well, did you even, and within their first couple weeks, it's like, did you even take the time to understand what was happening here before you tried to make changes? Hello, great morning, Clonette. It's good to see you on. I always love to see my mentees in the building. Hello, hello. I appreciate you. Happy Friday. And so with that being said, it's like, I go into these spaces and I think about how annoying that was for me to have somebody come into a well-oiled running program or situation. And it's not even that I wasn't open to change. It was that, did you really take the time to evaluate and know what needed to be changed? Or are you doing things based on what will work best for you, as a leader, as a new manager? And a lot of times that brings me to this point: when people start teaching you things or you start teaching people things, like, just be cognizant of it, be aware, because sometimes it is human nature for us to want to, especially as high performers, show off what we know. Okay, like, let's be for real, it's a human thing, and sometimes you're gonna have to catch yourself, especially as someone who naturally wants to help other people, who wants to serve other people. Is it ego though? Because a lot of times help is disguised as ego. People want to tell you what they know, right? And so just watch how you're showing up, what rooms you're showing up in. That's the other thing about this. When you get in the right rooms with people who want to hear what it is that you have to say, and I'll give you some practical examples of how to do that both online and offline. All right. But when you get in those right rooms, like, then you can teach, then you can give your gifts, your wisdom, all of those life experiences, the lessons that you've learned, give them to the people who really want to hear them, okay, who really want to accept them. Too often, though, I hear high performers like trying to be helpful, but it comes across as ego because that room is not the right room. People did not ask for your opinion, advice, or whatever else you want to give. And so it's asking. One of the other ways that I do this, when I get phone calls from my siblings or my friends, even my parents sometimes, right, and they want to vent, I make a practice of asking, do you just want to talk about this? You want me to listen, or do you want my advice? Before they go in, because then I know how to properly position myself, right? And I can check myself in that way. Same thing when I go into conversations, I'm now making a practice to go, hey, I just need to chat real quick, or I just need to vent real quick. Or I'll go, hey, can you tell me what you think about ABCD, right? And then I go into whatever I need to go into. This practice, when you implement this for yourself, you'll start to show up in spaces in more authentic ways, right? Like just being yourself, but also you got to know how to hone your gifts. Like you have gifts, you have talent, you have wisdom to give to people, you have lessons that you want to share with other people, but there is a time and a place, right? As they say. And so it is a way for you to continue practicing and honing your gifts. Now, let's talk about practically attracting people who want what it is that you have to share. All right. In real life, there's observation first, right? Remember back to the example that I gave of like managers and leadership, new leadership who would come into these positions in my corporate career and just start changing things up without taking time to observe. So I knew very early on in my corporate career that I was never going to do that. So when I would go into new places as management or leadership, I would take a period of time to observe, whether it was 1 month or 3 months. It just depended, right, on the situation that I was in. Now we can shortcut, I guess is the right word here. Some of that time, you got to just know the room, you got to know the audience, but making sure that you observe first. This is a real life situation thing, okay? Everything that you do. I'd say use the practice that I've been doing, right, with my family members and friends when they call, like check that out and see how that makes you feel because it does make you show up a little differently and it helps you become more cognizant and aware of how you're showing up. So real life stuff, in-person stuff. Now online, same kind of thing. You're going to apply it the same way. You need to go in and observe. You need to know your audience. You need to study your audience. So in my high level programs, mentorship programs, my clients, my mentees, my students, they know this, right? What's one of the first things that we do? Good morning. What's going on? Sanai. Hello, hello. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. One of the first things that we do, I have them do is research. Like you got to know it's an easy process. I'm a researcher by nature, so I nerd out on those things, but I've compacted it to be able to teach it, right? Teach that process. And it's super easy. A lot of times it's disguised as fun activities. Like they don't even know they're doing it at first, but there's a skill set that is being honed, right? In researching your audience, understanding your audience. And that is foundational for everything that you're going to do going forward. So you're observing essentially, right? Who is my audience? Where are they at? How are they showing up online? Where are they hanging out? What kind of behaviors do they have online? Those are the things that you are observing. So we're taking this real life, in person observation and applying it to the online space. Once you start to understand who your audience is, you can then create content to attract them so that you're not chasing people around the internet because I don't believe in that. I don't like doing that. That's not fun. Okay. You know, the cold DMs that you get and people like now it's AI spamming your inbox and it's like, ugh, yuck. Right? When you have authentic, genuine connections and you start putting out genuine content that you know resonates with the people that want to hear what you have to say, who want to learn from you, they hop in your inbox. So then it's like the invitation is there for you to start to engage and interact. But you got to start, number one, showing up always, right? But first things first is observe. Like, how do you want to show up? Who are you showing up for? And who actually wants to hear what it is that you have to say? Now, occasionally, when I show up on these lives, right, you'll see somebody who, oh, this is not the right room for them. Right? So it's like they could have kept scrolling, but they chose to comment. But either way, you keep on moving because know that the content that you put out is going to attract the right people and repel the wrong people. And when I say wrong and right people, I'm just talking about in regards to who you want in your programs, who is your content designed to teach, right? To help, to assist, but it's attracting the right people who are there for that reason and repelling people who may not be a good fit. So it's kind of, I don't want to call it a catch 22 because it's not really like a bad thing. It's not really a wrong thing. It's just kind of like it comes with the territory. It just is what it is, okay, when you start showing up. But the more you practice, this came up in one of my sessions with one of my mentees this week, is like she was asking me, how do you, like, you just seem to flow. And I'm like, go back and look at some of my old content. I feel like my experiences, my corporate experiences, teaching university level definitely helped and prepared me to do these kind of things, right? Teach, be online, show my authentic personality. But it wasn't always like that, right? Like I still think I can improve and I will always probably think I can improve. I mean, I'm a high performer just like you, right? We always have room to improve. But it's like the content that I was putting out when I first started 2018, 2019, I look at it today and I'm like, yuck. Like, cringe, okay? Even some of these episodes, I look at episodes that I put out last year and I'm like, oh my God, cringe. But it's like the more you do it, the more you show up, the more you are authentic and walking in your purpose, the better you get at it, the better it flows, right? The better the content just comes, kind of comes off the top of your head. But also, it's from that initial piece of observation. It's from understanding who you're connecting with in the first place, who wants what it is that you have. Because don't just keep giving. I was going to say, let me just say it how I want to say it. Don't be giving all your wisdom and knowledge to rooms and places and people who do not want it. We just don't have time for that. Okay. Like, especially end of this year. Yeah, we're still in 2025, but y'all, realistically, let me be for real. I'm already in like February and March of 2026 mentally. Like, I'm already there. So I keep saying this year, and I really mean 2026. Okay. So let's go. Let's keep moving. I'm going to end it there because I think you got what I'm putting down. If this is for you and this resonated and you want to find a way to package your life experiences, your wisdom, and find and attract the right people to you who is going to benefit, who want what it is that you have to say, what it is that you want to teach, charge premium prices also. Go to jumpfirstacademy.org, okay, to get started. Jumpfirstacademy.org. Free 30-minute training over there. No fluff. We get straight to the point inside of that training. There are also implementation resources throughout the training to help you start to execute, okay? Because you shouldn't just be consuming information. It's time for you to like get the ideas out of your head, put them down onto paper, and start this thing actually moving forward. No more time for just ideation and ideas in 2026. Let's actually take action and move your dreams forward, your goals forward. They are a reality. They can be a reality. It's just up to you to take the next step. All right. I love you so much. And be mindful. The steps are the steps. It's all coming together. It's all working together for your good. Even the things that you feel like are not happening the way you wanted them to happen, they're teaching you something. You're growing through that process, and you're going to be able to teach it to somebody else. Okay. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much. And I'll catch y'all back here. Maybe I'll be able to pop on this weekend, but jumpfirstacademy.org for more awesome content. And then also